Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am iteshamarie. I'm going to be reviewing yet another skin tint for you guys today. So I just picked up the new MAC Strobe Dewy skin tint. I have it on right now. If you guys are interested in watching me apply this and letting you guys know what I think about it and letting you know if you should try it too, then let's go ahead and get into the video. I haven't seen too many people talking about this. This is the new MAC Strobe Dewy Skin Tint. I picked it up in the shade Deep 4. So it's new to me, girl. But this is how the packaging looks. And I wanted to make sure that I grabbed this because I've really been loving skin tints. I feel like now is the perfect time for skin tints. I can't even say we're going into those warmer months. The warmer months are already here, girl. So we're gonna try this one out and see how we like her. So let's check out the claims of this. This one is saying that it has 78.65% skincare ingredients. We love a makeup product that has skincare infused. It has hyaluronic acid, shea butter, squalane, and vitamin E. It says that it immediately evens skin tone, it blurs and diffuses blemishes, provides immediate hydration, long wearing for 8 hours, non-fading for 8 hours, stays color true for 8 hours, provides anti-pollution protection and anti-blue light protection, is 74% naturally derived. As for the coverage of this, it's saying that it's just a hint of sheer luminous tint. This does come in 16 different shades, and as I'm reading the description, it says that it is sheer, but it's buildable coverage. And it's supposed to be a lightweight gel balm texture that cocoons skin for a comfortable, soft, all over glow. Okay, all of that sounds great, but you know how I do. I want to go ahead and try it on my skin. I always like to apply it to one side of my face first, just so that we can see what it's giving compared to the side with nothing on it. So let me zoom y'all in and we'll get into it. So now that I've got y'all zoomed in, I am gonna go ahead and start applying this to the right side of my face first. I was trying to decide if I wanted to use a brush or like what type of tool I wanted to use to apply it. I think I'm gonna use my hands on this side and then a brush on the other side. Oh, that already looks like a perfect match. And I did already moisturize my skin and everything. So let's see what just this little bit is gonna give us. Maybe this isn't the right shade. I thought it was, but oh no, let's see. This it's not scented, but it has a smell. It almost smells like plasticky. Okay, I do feel like the shade actually did end up matching. When I first started like rubbing it and blended it in, I was like, I don't know about this shade because it didn't look right. It looked kind of yellow. Now that I've got it all rubbed and blended in, it definitely does match. So as you can see, this side with nothing. Oh girl, my hair. Yeah, this side with nothing, this side with the skin tint. It's definitely giving radiance, definitely giving very much dewy. It looks like I just applied moisturizer. When I applied it, it did feel really like, it didn't feel thick, but it definitely has like a gel. It doesn't feel like foundation, but it feels like a gel balm, like they said. It does feel very, very hydrating. I can say that about it. It feels super hydrating on the skin. I'm gonna let y'all just take a look at how it's looking on the side with the skin tint and the side with nothing. Y'all can see this side looks like uber hydrated. Okay, she did her skincare this morning. That's what this side is giving. This side is giving it's giving a little dusty. I like it. So I'm gonna apply it to the left side of my face, and I actually think I'm gonna use a brush this time and see how I like it applied that way. Using my Morphe E63 brush. the skin tint is applied to both sides of my face. This side, y'all saw me apply it with my fingers, and this side I applied it with a brush. I can immediately tell the difference in how it applies and how the finish looks, how the coverage looks based on what tool I use. So I don't know if y'all can tell. I feel like I can tell just looking at my viewfinder. The side that I applied it with my fingers, I feel like I got a lot more coverage. And as y'all saw, I literally used the same amount of product on both sides. This side that I used my fingers to apply, I got more coverage, and it's also a lot more dewy, a lot more radiant. This side where I applied it with the brush, I have less coverage. It's still dewy, but it's not as dewy as the side where I used my hands. Y'all saw I didn't use more skin tint on this side. In fact, I used a dot more of skin tint on the side with the brush on my forehead, because I feel like the brush just kind of, I don't know if the brush just like ate up the skin tint. I had to put a dot more on my forehead. Skin tint was just not stretching out enough for me to put more on my forehead with what I had already applied on my face. So this is how the coverage looks. You can still see my skin and some of my imperfections on my skin through it. As you can see, I got a little bit of hyperpigmentation here, some mold, some texture here. And then on this side, you can tell that there's more coverage, right? Like you can still see my skin through it. As you can see, like you can see my mole right here. If you want it to look more dewy, more radiant, definitely apply it with your hands. If you don't want as much dewiness, apply it with a brush or with a sponge. It does feel really good on the skin. Like I told you guys, it feels like skincare. It doesn't feel like a foundation or anything. It doesn't feel heavy. I don't feel like I have anything on my skin. I feel like I just put skincare on and that's it. What I want to do is see if I can build the coverage a little bit over here. So I'm just gonna put like that much more there, and then where y'all see I have this dark mark, let's see if we can actually get some coverage. And I'm just gonna blend it in with my finger and see how that does. So y'all can see I got just a tiny bit more coverage, but you can still see my hyperpigmentation through this skin tint. You're definitely not gonna get like a medium full coverage out of this. It's going to be sheer. So if you're looking for something where you need the coverage, I would not recommend this for that. If you're someone that's not really looking for coverage, you just want like a nice sheer veil with some glowiness to it, with some skincare ingredients, then I think that you would like this. I do really like the way this makes my skin look. My skin looks really healthy. Like I said, it looks like I just doused my skin in skincare. It looks like all I drink is water and all I eat is fruit and veggies. This is definitely the type of skin tint that I would just throw on and not put anything else on my face other than like a gloss, maybe mascara and my brow, and I would be out the door, because this just looks really good on my skin. Ooh girl, this looks real good. This is the type of skin tint where people are gonna look at your skin and they're gonna be like, is it makeup or is it just like really good skin? So I feel like my skin before this was already really good, really nice and clear, very minimal hyperpigmentation. But when I put this on top, it was just like elevated. I am gonna apply a little bit more makeup on top. I don't think I'm gonna do too much. I just wanna keep it like kind of minimal. I'm gonna go off camera, apply the rest of my makeup, and come back and give y'all my final thoughts. Okay, so this is how the skin tint looks with makeup on top. I know it looks like a lot, but I promise y'all it is really not that much. I use very minimal concealer. I actually use a really like sheer lightweight concealer. I did not bake with the powder. I just dusted a little powder under my eyes. I feel like it just looks like a lot because I did go on with a pink blush and a really pink lip. So I did set it with a really light powder, nothing crazy, because y'all can see my skin still has some dewiness to it. But without doing a wear test, I can say that I really do like this. And I definitely can see myself reaching for this during the spring and summer, and even beyond that, just because of how good it feels on the skin, how easy it was to apply. It didn't go on streaky whether I use my fingers or a brush. I do like that you can kind of play with the finish of this depending on the tool that you use. So for my girls that have more dry skin and you want your skin to look a lot more hydrated and dewy, just use your fingers. And for my girls that are a little more on the oily side but you still want to use something hydrating as a skin tint, just apply it with a brush so that you're not looking like super oily and greasy. Like I said, there are 16 shades of this. I feel like they did a very good job of covering both ends of the spectrum from light to dark. So there were 8 shades that were catered more to lighter complexions, and then another 8 shades that were catered more to darker complexions. I'll also leave a picture over here on the screen of the darkest shade that the Skin Tint comes in, because I feel like that would be helpful for you guys. Another thing that I really do like about this is that it will last you for 24 months. Majority of the foundations and skin tints on the market right now are only going to last you between 6 months and 12 months. So for this to have a shelf life of 24 months, I feel like it's really good and it's money well spent. So that's it for my review of the new MAC Strobe Dewy Skin Tint. I love it, and I definitely think that you guys should try it out if you're looking for a skin tint. If you guys have any questions for me about this product, as always, feel free to drop them down below in the comments. Let me know if you guys plan on picking this up. I think that this is great to have in your collection. So as always, thank you guys so much for your support. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have not already, please make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you like this type of content. Make sure you subscribe and join the family. Turn on those post notifications so that you don't miss it anytime I upload a new video. And I will see y'all next time. Alrighty, bye.